Hi Kaushal, good morning.
Uh, yeah, good morning. Hi. Actually, sorry I got late. Actually, we
No,
have
not an
power cut
issue.
here.
Not an issue. Only we two are there, right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not an issue. Yeah. So one on
So
one.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So we will have like some, yeah, like, not for 2 hour session because I don't have power here. I'm connected through hotspot. So at least we can continue today. From tomorrow we will have 2 hour session.
Yeah, yeah. No issue. Say if it is going to be 1.5 hour, more than 1.5 hour or 2 hour session, Kaushal. So better we'll plan at 8:30 so that we'll have breakfast at 8:15 and have start at 8:30 if you are comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. I'm fine.
Okay. So let's go ahead for today. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, Siva, can you give me the presenter rights?
Still already I gave you.
But it is this. Yeah, now got it. So we will go with this Oracle SOA basics.
So, who is Joel? You can go on mute.
Pardon?
Yeah, other than you, Shiva can go on mute. That's what I'm telling. There's a
Yeah,
disturbance,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, so like we will talk about Tulsi. So we will use Tulsi uh, version of bpel. Means
Okay,
SOA.
so
bpel.
okay.
bpel is
So Kaushal, when
bpel.
you're saying
Yeah,
12C, right? When you're saying
yeah, yeah.
12C, is it so market 12C is latest one, right? But if at all, if I'm going to say that I worked in one or two projects of SOA, then they might fit that I worked on 11G, right? No?
Okay, so let's do one thing. Yeah, if you are showing some old experience, so that should be you should show
No, I
something
mean, I will
11G.
not say completely that I'm a SOA resource, right? I'll say that I'm an EVS resource only, but I have SOA expertise too and hands-on on one or two projects, right? So at least one project or one or two projects. That's more or less I will say. I cannot handle more than that. Definitely, I will not say that
Yeah,
I'm a dedicated
no, no,
SOA resource and all.
it's not.
Yeah,
It's not about uh, uh,
version.
your. It's not about number of like projects. It's all about how many years of experience you are showing.
Right, right. So I will not say more than say less than 1 year of experience. I will say something like that. Not more.
Okay. Yeah,
So
one
I
year
will say that
experience,
I.
then it's fine. Well, 11G or 12C 1 year is fine because 12C came into the market in somewhere in 2014.
Okay, okay. So tell
It's
me one
not.
thing, Kaushal. Other than this,
Yeah.
right? So in market, so how are the projects like? There will be more 11G projects, or there will be more 12C projects, or equally? Uh,
See, this 11G Oracle is going to see. As you are working on EBS, you already know that Oracle is totally they are business oriented and they provide product support. That's why client choose this product. They will go with Oracle products because if some issue comes like unforeseen issue comes, we can't resolve those. and at last we contact Oracle support. So they provide
Right.
the support for this. So for 11G, I think down the line for 3 years from now they will stop giving support to 11G.
Okay. Okay.
Means that Oracle support engineer will not be available for 11G support. My application I can keep running my applications on 11G, but it's whatever issue comes, I have to troubleshoot by own. So now
Right. Right.
slowly company has all these companies has started migrating from 11G to 12C. So it's like not percentage wise, I don't have update, but yeah, till now as per my experience, whatever client I have worked for, they all are migrating to 12C or they have already migrated to 12C. Actually, earlier
Okay.
issue was there 12C. There is one version, 12.1.3. So
Okay.
this is the first version which Oracle released.
Okay.
So this Oracle. So please ask me a question. Whatever you have doubt, we will discuss all those things because it's one-to-one, right? So
Right. Right. I agree.
this is first 12C version. First 12C version they released. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is the latest one. So
Okay.
um, this is now stable. So people are choosing and going ahead with this one. 12.2.1. There is like some 2.1.0 like that, and 12.2.1.1 like that. They have versions. Okay. So some people are using this one. Some people are using this one, but still like there are some minor issues are there, but people are migrating slowly from 11G to 12C.
Okay. Okay. So when you are telling migration, right? So this is similar to upgrade in Oracle EBS, right? From Oracle EBS upgrades projects. So should we have knowledge? I mean, will there be projects related to migration also, or that will be handled by admin team? So admin.
No, no. When we talk about migration, then there are two things which is going to involve
Okay.
code migration from 11G to 12C. Second thing is that my infra migration from 11G to 12C. So this there is no way like we can migrate 11G to 12C. It's definitely a new infra setup for 12C,
Okay.
and we will decommission 11G
Okay.
after proper testing. So these are the two things. So this thing will be done by admin, and this thing will be done by developers.
Okay.
It depends on client. If some client doesn't want to pay to developers and project is stable and they have money to run both the infrastructure 11G and 12C, so the admins can also do the migration.
Okay.
Already code is there, so they can migrate by following some particular procedure. Here we don't do anything in code migration. We simply do import 11G project in 12C JDEV.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this is what we are doing, and remove some compile time errors if any.
Okay.
So this is how this migration happens.
Okay. Okay.
and J developer is, might be knowing this. This is integrated development environment tool.
Yeah. Okay.
IDE, where we perform our development.
Okay.
And this provides default domain. Just this is overview. I'll cover this in detail. Default.
Okay.
This provides default domain to test our composites interfaces. Okay.
Okay.
So this JDEV was there in 11G also. And now we have JDEV in 12C also. So 11G, actually this SOA, when we talk about Oracle SOA, there are two products by Oracle SOA Suite and Oracle Services.
Okay.
Oracle SOA Suite language is bpel. Like we do the development in bpel, so that is Oracle SOA Suite. And Oracle Service Bus, this is one more routing engine. And it's more or less configuration based. So we use the configuration based GUI. So these are the two components of Oracle SOA, Oracle SOA Suite and Oracle Service Bus. But we call this as a Oracle SOA Suite as a Oracle SOA only. This is another thing, Oracle Service Bus. So we will talk about bpel only. So in 11G, we had two tools for SOA Suite. For SOA Suite, we have JDEV for development.
Okay.
And for OSB, we had OEP, Oracle Enterprise Pack for Eclipse for development. Now in 12C, it's only JDEV.
Okay. So when you say OSB, right? Pardon my interruption, right? So when you say OSB, this is also part of SOA, or is it something else? Okay.
See, there are two languages. One is the bpel and one is the Oracle Service Bus. So these are the two products, separate products by Oracle, like which is like implementing the SOA functionality.
Okay.
So bpel is like bpel product is called like a SOA Suite, and Oracle Services is a different product.
Okay, so okay, I got it. So Oracle's OSB is Oracle Service Bus. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the like a change in development. Few features were added in 12C. Obviously, like if they have changed the product, so definitely they will come up with that. These are the features I am providing.
Okay.
So those things we will discuss it. So this is from development point of view. So we will talk about like this. We will use the JDeveloper in like every day to to like develop to implement some interfaces, some use cases, and test those. So like uh, I hope you have like a laptop and that you need to install this JDEP.
Right. So actually, so frankly saying, I am using my office laptop only. So it has everything. I guess it has everything because we are using. I'm an Oracle EBS developer. So Java definitely is
Okay.
needed, but you can take control of my screen and see if JDev is there, but I don't know the versions and other things which are needed for SOA.
Okay, you can show that.
Yeah.
So JDEP JDeveloper is needed. If not, you can install also, right? Or it's a
No,
restriction.
it's no. I can install anything. I can install SOA and learn. That is not a problem with my company.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So even the thing is that see, in between us, even the thing is that I am serving the notice now. So that's why I
Okay.
opted for this SOA training, right? So to improve my knowledge.
Okay, okay. So you got job in SOA or EBS only?
No, I got in EBS only, but I claim that I know EBS plus SOA. SOA hands-on I also have. So not
Okay, okay. So
exactly
that you can,
claim. So yeah,
okay, yeah. So you can like work on like provide some means, some help on SOA also and all the things to the team, right?
right,
Your
something
role
like
is the
that.
lead
Right,
only.
right, right. No, it will be developer only. So maybe
Okay, okay.
slowly after a couple of times, maybe I can go to lead. Maybe I'm planning for some
Okay.
contact jobs, something like that. So
Okay, okay, okay.
I can't present my screen. How to present? So should someone make me a presenter?
Siva can help you on that because I don't see chat list.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
wait a
you are now
second.
presenter. Yeah, now you are presenter.
Okay, so yeah, you can. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, share
Yeah,
my.
go to program and type JDEB. If it is there, it will show.
Okay, you are able to see
Yes. Can you open the JDEB something? What is that?
this one.
No, no, no. No, no, this is not actually. But it's disabled, right? Can you open what is that?
This one. Okay.
Otherwise, go to program file. That's yeah, it's 10G. Okay, it's 10G. We need 11G.
Okay.
At least 12C, 11G or 12C. 10G,
Okay.
I don't have experience on 10G.
Okay. We can install. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
So do you
So
want to
this is
continue on your laptop for today and tell me what to install later, or how can we do this?
yeah, yeah. I'll continue and I'll share the instructions with you so that you can install it,
Okay.
version
Okay.
and all the things.
Sure. So I can stop continuing that now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So Shiva, make Kaushal as presenter.
Yeah. So this is like all the development tool JDeveloper and this one. So we will come back to this one. And for
Okay.
deployment, you need. I'm not sure like whether EBS runs on which server or what, but my SOA runs on top of WebLogic.
Okay.
So when I say like a deployment of SOA in web server, so it will use WebLogic. My bpel process gets deployed on WebLogic. So any knowledge on WebLogic you have?
No, Kaushal. See, completely null knowledge on all these things, Java, Wave, whatever it is. So, I only have knowledge on Oracle EBS products and RISE components, reports interfaces, PLSQL, and SQL. So,
Okay, because I asked because I will make note of those so that I can
yeah, definitely.
cover some few information so that at least you should be able to do the work.
Right.
So
Some
logic
basics,
basis,
whichever needed. Yeah.
the logic basis I will cover. Okay. So this WebLogic server I'll cover, and this will get deployed on WebLogic, and we will test everything there.
Okay.
And the other thing, okay, we need one DB.
Okay. So Oracle database is this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you must be having because you are already working on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
ABS, so Oracle DB. And third, those JDEV binaries. So I'll share the information about this
Okay.
so that you can install whenever you get time. I already have in my local. We can do again so that you can see it.
Okay.
So you want to go with 11G or 12C?
I am asking you suggestion. Which will you go?
If you are showing only 1 year, then 12C is fine. If more than 1 year, then you can
See.
learn.
Say for example, how is market in states, US and all? So how is
All are
market there?
migrating
So
to
that
12C. All are migrating to 12C. Few
okay.
already have migrated, and few are in process.
Okay. Yeah. We can. I thought that okay, 11G would be fine. So that if
Yeah,
there are
11G
any.
also.
But if you are saying that all are migrating, then I'm thinking now again.
Yeah, migrating to 12C. If you want to go ahead with 11G also, I can cover. There is no issue. And that migration also, that I told what is it? We just import and export. That's all.
Okay. So just tell me
We
this.
will
So
get the.
if I okay, so if I am learning 11G and then if I have to work on 12C, can I manage that or should I explicitly?
Yeah, you can manage. Manage. It's not a big change. JDev is same, and only few things are changed in that look. That's all.
Okay.
So if you want to do, like, we can cover 11G, and at last we can see migrating the whatever we have covered in 12C, or we can develop few composites in 12C also.
Yeah, if we can do that so that I'll have some knowledge on that, and then maybe I can develop myself later on 12C.
Yeah. So we will cover like all basics and everything like in through implementation of some simple interfaces. But like when a real-time scenario comes, the problem means use case will be big. You got it
Okay.
right.
Right.
Like when actual problem comes, then like we start learning Java and we do the hello world, right? Then
Yeah.
when actual problem comes, then a use case will be different, and in one particular application, you might need to have a lot of things included, but basics will be same.
Okay. Right. So if I am good at basics, then I can troubleshoot somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then let's say stuck to JDev 11G. Because I need to check if I have now or
Okay.
not. Development environment is ready in my machine for JDev 12C. but I'll install it 11G so that we can cover. 11G there is one 1.7. This is the 11G last version from Oracle.
Okay.
Basically, this is SOA version. And installation is different for this one. You need to copy JDev and plus SOA extension. I'm just noting down so that I should not miss anything.
Right.
And JDev policy doesn't require any extension. Actually, this JDeveloper is mainly was built for ADF, and they have added all these things now in this. Like we can develop Java, we can develop ADF, we can develop SOA, we can develop OSB now. Okay.
Okay.
So in this, SOA extensions are not required. So like if you want, I want to create a project in 11G. If you install only JDeveloper, it will not give you option to create bpel project. So for this, we need extension.
Okay.
And for in this, nothing is required. So these are the major difference. And for development, as of now, no. And this is the bpel language which we use for implementing implementation and design. And this bpel is a general name business process execution language. This is the general name. It doesn't have anything to do with Oracle. It's not only related with Oracle.
Okay.
Every like if you go to other SOA products like IBM, and they have their own bpel. So Oracle SOAs uses bpel. That's all. In bpel there are version 1.0, 2.0, but mostly I think 1.0 is in use as of now. I'll cover this one, all the details when we implement. This version I'll get exact version 1.0 or 1.1. So every like use case we will have a bpel component created. These are called actually component. So we'll cover once we are done with SOA basics. So this business process execution language, like we have in SOA, all these classes and what is that? Rest of the like all the concept whatever we have in threads and all the things like that. We in bpel we have a lot of activities to perform to get like my work done. Means to implement particular scenario. bpel provides a lot of facility to like integrate my integrate the different system. Actually, if you see about SOA, SOA is nothing but it's one service-oriented architecture. So it's a service-oriented architecture, and it is always middleware.
Okay.
So this is my SOA.
Okay.
And these are the client. Yeah, 1 second.
Oh, no, okay, okay.
Yeah, so these might be client. So actually, SOA doesn't have direct users because this is not front end. So this SOA will be consumed by someone, and that application might provide front end functionality. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So like SOA is, as name suggests, service oriented architecture. So whole this architecture is built upon will be built upon services. So what are those services? Services is nothing but these are some kind of application which provide some functionality. Like you have, if you have Airtel, like if we go to Airtel website, so there may be some option like to recharge prepaid, pay postpaid bill. So when we
Right.
click on those, so those things like it routes to different pages. So those particular like whatever we get the things from those are one kind of service. It gives some
Okay.
service for to like some kind of operation, so that we can get the output and we can like make our like life simpler by having the software in place. So this is everything will revolve around the services, and those services are nothing but it will provide some particular kind of functionality to achieve that. So client will be coming to Fusion middleware, and means this is so Oracle SOA is totally we call it a middleware platform, as it doesn't
Okay.
have any direct client, direct users. Sorry, to rephrase that, SOA will not have any direct users. Only like some
Okay.
client will be consuming their services, and then those services might be built upon any platform or any technology. I am not worried about that, whether it's in .NET or whether it's in mainframe, Cobra, or it's a DB call or a adapter call or SAP call or Civil call. All these things I am not worried about. That's why SOA came into the picture to integrate with the various systems, yeah, it is doesn't have any relation with any platform or any
Okay.
technology. So this name suggests service oriented architecture. So it needs some services. That's all. And these services, when we talk about Oracle SOA, so they have some then Oracle SOA needs some specific kind of service, and that is called web service. Web
Okay.
service is nothing but it is a service, but that particular service or application built upon some particular by following some particular standards. Like my application should have these things, then that particular service called uh, web service.
Okay.
Okay, so web service is nothing but kind of an application, but it is built upon some particular standard. Okay, if follow these standards and these things are there, then this can be considered as a web service. So everything whenever so whatsoever needs like web services. So these web services are building blocks for SOA. So in bpel when we say orchestration and all these things, so what we do, we create one service to like expose to the client, and in that particular service we will talk with so many services internally to design it. So like I have one, I need to develop one service for the client, which might be talking to DB and which might be referring to third party, some service provider also, which is who has built its application on .NET. So client will be consuming my service, but in actual my service might getting response from others as well. So I'll write logic in my bpel as per the client requirement and my business requirement. So I'll get the request from client, and whatever business scenario is there, depending on that, I route the request through my bpel. So that logic I'll write in bpel. I'll do the like all these things. Means I will accept. I will read the request, and I'll send a request to different system. Like suppose I want to talk with DB, so I can. One way is that if I want to talk with DB, I can write the Java program and do that. But here, writing Java program, it's like a very tedious thing. So what in SOA we will use something to get connectivity with DB. The client will send some request and it will go to DB. So as you know, like DB will have some tables and it will have some structure, right?
Right.
Means like suppose one table will has 4 rows, so it will have like 4 columns. So it will have that attribute associated with that. Okay, this is the employee ID. So its type should be integer. If it is like a name, it should be varchar, and what is the size of that?
Right.
20 or something, right? So if my client is set, so if I want to insert data to DB, so my client will send a request from front end to my SOA, and I'll go to DB. So if client is sending something like in text format or something, so what I need to convert. SOA like web service description language is the first web service is the first requirement for SOA. The second thing that whatever I am getting, I will convert that into XML. XML is nothing but one readable document with proper structuring. So if I am getting something and like this a text format also, I will convert that, and I'll route to DB. So what I am doing? Suppose client is sending some information which is not int, but my DB is expecting int type of that particular input parameter. So I need to convert here. So like what I mean, whatever client is sending, I have to make it as according to DB. So what I am doing here now, transformation. I am getting the request, I am transforming it, and I'll send to DB. Then when I get from DB, again I'll do the transformation and send back to client in whatever format he needs. So another important thing, like in this one, like SOA development, transformation is the utmost requirement. If we don't know the transformation, then my SOA development is incomplete. So first thing, I need web services. Second thing, if I want to perform something, transformation is must. And the third thing, like suppose the client is sending some request, okay, and my system doesn't like end service doesn't accept that that kind of request. So to have in place, my SOA provides one called XST schema. So that is the XML schema which sets the rule. Okay, this request should be this DB will have this kind of structuring. So your request should conform to that particular thing. So that XML schema, which is nothing but it sets like some particular thing. Okay, these are the things required by my database. So that particular client request should have those parameters included. It might have more, or
Okay.
it might have less. So when it goes to DB in SOA, I'll do means I'll make that particular as per my XSD. What is the requirement? If client is sending 4 parameters and my DB needs only 3 parameters, so in SOA I'll filter it out and I'll pass only 3 parameters to SOA. If
Okay.
out of those 3 parameters, if suppose it is like updating the record for some particular employee ID, so I can't like temper that employee ID, right? So if I want to update something in my database, so that I have to run that update query. So for that there will be primary key. If I take about if I say that employee ID is that primary key, so that employee ID should present in my DB, right? So
Right.
those, so that if my employee ID, if client doesn't send employee ID and I am also not adding in SOA, so it will throw the error as per schema that this doesn't exist. So that validation of request I do against schema, like whether request is valid or not. So this is the like now SOA needs web services. So in SOA transformation is must, because I might be getting the request from like in text format or in binary format or something. Third thing that I should know is I should have schema knowledge. If I have schema knowledge, then only I can validate that. So these are the like XSD transformation. And another thing that whatever I get, it should be in like convert into XML format, whether it's text or something. So this I achieve through like by usage of XSD. So we will cover down the line. Just I'm
Okay.
telling some basics. Now
Right.
I'll
Right.
come back to my I'll come back to my previous like earlier discussion that SOA needs web services. So like
Yeah.
all the web services are services, but all the services are not web services. So this particular web service, when my application follows some particular standards, then that service is called web service. So what? Suppose I have written something in this in .NET, and that application is like okay, available. Some it's running on some let's say host, port, and application name. This is my one web service. So this is already running somewhere.
Okay.
Now what I need to do? So for this there is one term called WSDL, web service description language. So in SOA what I need, it can be integrated through web service, but I don't need this particular thing, but I need some information of that particular application in this format, WSDL. So what it does, like it will have information about above web service, like where it is hosted, what are the input it needs, what response it will send.
Okay.
So now my SOA needs web service description language, means WSDL, for that particular service. So when someone says, please integrate this, have a one bpel composite, and it should communicate to my .NET web service, .NET service. So what I'll say, okay, fine, I'll do the development, but please provide me the WSDL file corresponding to that web service, because my Oracle SOA needs can understand only WSDL. So if it is third party like .NET or written on some other language, so I need WSDL for that. If I'm using DB or some FTP or something, so Oracle SOA provides way to talk to those means DB and file or FTP. And talk to those as a web service. So they provide, Oracle SOA provides mechanism to establish the connection with the DB as a web service. So now what I need this WSDL file. This is called WSDL, Web Service Description Language. So web services are one kind of application which is built upon certain standards. So that it can be like treated as web service, and WSDL is a description about that web service. What kind of request it will accept, what kind of response it will give, and where that service is located, and how many operations or what are the operation it has. So when we say web services versus WSDL, so WSDL is not a web service, it's a description of web service. And WSDL is the it's a major primary block for SOA. Means for SOA foundation, if anything we want to do, we need WSDL for sure. If that guy is not having the WSDL, so either we have to convert, like DB doesn't provide any WSDL, so Oracle has certain things which can be like the DB operation can be converted into WSDL, and I can use that. So this is the first request. Someone said that integrate this, so I'll say I need WSDL. I'm not worried about what are the things that service is providing, but I need WSDL, whether I can that service following certain standard, and it is said to be web service, then give me corresponding WSDL for that. Once he gives the WSDL, I'll start writing the logic to integrate with different system. Okay, let me give one example. Suppose I have this Airtel connection, and Airtel provides they have like lot of line of business like this DTH and broadband, mobile bill, and all the things. So what now, as a user, so if I'm consuming all these three, so my requirement would be like, okay, have only unique ID created for me, maybe subscriber ID, and just tick whether okay, I have this guy has this TV connect and DTS, this guy has mobile, this guy has broadband from Airtel. So whenever I check for bill, all these things should come together. So how they can achieve, like they can have one those three, like for DTH and broadband and mobile, they might have three different services running for those. Means three different applications might be running somewhere. But if those are web services, then I can have like a place Fusion middleware in place. I'll send the request through Fusion middleware, and I'll write logic in my SOA like bpel to consume those three services depending on my condition. Okay, this is the subscriber. It also has a mobile connection. Then call this mobile service means mobile, or whether I want to check the usage or bill. If I have like DTH, then call DTH web service and connect all these responses and send back me only one response. I don't need to, so that I should not be checking all these three things separately.
Okay.
Did you get something?
Yeah, I got your point. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, like that. This 1 second. Let's come back to this one. I have one service. I have one more service. I have these three services. Okay. If I am sending request directly, then I have to manage. I have to manage through. So it will come to here. It will come to here. It will come to here. Sorry, that drawing is very poor. But if I have Fusion middleware in place, then what will happen? This guy will send a request to SOA. Here I'll write the logic and write the condition to communicate to all these. This guy, this guy, this guy. So if they are providing the wisdom, then I can write logic. I can provide single point of entry here, and this will be another like one service only. Here also we write service. So this will provide this. Virtually, this client will be calling another visual, but it will have instruction written here inside the bpel, whom to call when, depending on request type. So this once request reaches to bpel, it will internally have the logic and call these services. So what if client is sending this one different system independently, then he has to manage all these at client end. Now if we are having middleware in place, then client will send data to my middleware, and then I will manage this one. It is now bpel responsibility. So what client now reduces the maintenance task, maintenance cost associated with this all these three calls, because if something fails here, I'll investigate from Fusion middleware why it is failed. I don't need to have separate maintenance team for all three applications at client. So what is the use of this SOA? It reduces the maintenance cost by like hugely. One time setup cost will be there, but maintenance cost will be very less, because here we don't need to set up three teams here for the client. Here one team will be there and will communicate to that. So this is one benefit. Okay, so let's now jump into this one. This is all basics I wanted to cover, and if there are some changes here, so it provides like loose coupling also. Means it is not I'm not hard coding anything. All these things I can these are loosely coupled, and I can change it depending on my requirement.
Okay.
It's not like anything I'm not hard coding it. Suppose I have one DB. That DB is down now, but another backup DB is there. I don't need to worry about anything on that, because I'll write logic and use web service related with DB, and only server side I'll do the changes, not here. Like code side I will not change much. So it provides it's like whatever services those will be loosely coupled. So like outage for that particular service means for outage for client will not be there. So this is another, like, its services are loosely coupled because we integrate through middleware and all through bpel or whatever language we use. Those will be loosely coupled.
Okay.
So let's. So you never, like, have you heard about this Visual you have heard web server description language?
No, Kaushal. Frankly speaking, I've not heard of, and I don't know even the basics of Java and all. I am from mechanical background, and it was that way. PLSQL,
Okay.
SQL, forms reports I'm strong, but these things I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, stream doesn't matter. I am also from metallurgical and materials engineering.
Oh, okay.
But since the last 10 years, 10 years back, joined IT. So now, after joining only, I learned all this.
Right.
So service-oriented architecture, like this, it's an strategy that organizes the discrete functions contained in an enterprise application, means services, into interoperable, means it can be operated from anywhere. Standards-based services, what I said, like that is web service, to be combined and reused quickly to meet the business requirement. Means suppose I have developed some application, and that application provides some functionality. Tomorrow client comes that he needs this kind of functionality. So I'll go back to him and say that already we have this this kind of similar functionality running. We can utilize that, and we can give back we can provide you the solution for this. So those things can be reused, like this digital whatever I told that services I can reuse depending on my use case anywhere in my SOA call. So the whatever I discussed, like it's interoperable. It's not it can be operated from anywhere. Standard based services means it should be web service, and we can reuse those anywhere to meet the business requirement. So this service oriented architecture, like this, is the SOA.
Okay.
So I have given here description also. SOA is a strategy for developing and integrating system through interoperable standard based services. The benefits of following and SOA approach include reuse of functionality across different business organization and processes, integration between different business systems by following a standard-based approach, and this agile development that adapts business changes through discrete functions and standardized interfaces. So this particular integration, like when we say SOA, whatever services are there, we can reuse those functionality, and it provides integration between different systems, means different technology. I don't care about like which technology it is developed on, as long as that guy provides visual to me. So when we say standard based, it means that web service, and for that web service we need corresponding visual.
Okay.
Why is an SOA approach required? A consumer of the service to be decoupled from the service provided. So like I told this particular thing, these are the service provider. 3 applications I told in case of, like, by giving the example. Now client directly is not communicating to them. This is removed. So my consumer is decoupled from service provider. He has to worry about only to consuming my this bpel, which will have logic written in bpel to talk to these guys, all three guys. Okay, you are getting now?
Yeah, something. Yeah, I'm getting something.
Shall I pause or continue?
No, no, you continue.
So this is the first point. The second point is a business process to be decomposed into discrete, reusable functional components. So that particular business process will be in pieces to get the functionality, and it will it will improve this align IT with the business, remove barriers between business unit and business partners, and lower cost of maintenance IT system, speed of delivery of application to meet business demands, provide protect IT investment by reusing the existing infrastructure. Suppose reusing the infrastructure means uh, this is my middleware infrastructure setup. If a client comes, okay, I have one more requirement, I will say that okay, already we have infrastructure running, we can deploy here and reuse that particular already running environment. It doesn't need to set up again.
Okay.
And reusability, already I said, whenever that particular business scenario arises, I can reuse those business service. Interoperability means that platform independent, whether it's written in .NET or Java, I don't care about that. And scalability means this changing business requirement, I can make the changes without, like, if I go with Java, everything whatever SOA can do, any language can provide that functionality, whether it's Java, whether it's C, C++, .NET. But problem is that by writing that particular thing, writing that piece of code takes more labor efforts, and that particular if any business requirement changes, then in my Java code there will be huge changes, and there will be certain kind of outage to deploy that. But in SOA, SOA provides enough flexibility to change the requirement, and it will not take in few scenarios there might be outage required, but in most of the scenario we don't need outage.
Okay.
And cost efficiency, I already told that it is highly cost efficient, as integrating the business resources is standard based. One time setup cost will be there, but after that maintenance cost will be very low.
Okay.
So either you can, like whatever I told before going to the slide, either you can remember those things, something should be in the mind, you should not be blank when you describe something, or you can if you want some particular phrase or statement, then you can go through this one and you can memorize. So if someone asks what is SOA, so at least you should know something.
Right.
Now SOA and services, like this I said already, services are SOA building blocks. SOA can be thought of as a collection of services on a network that communicate with one another. These are loosely coupled, well-defined, reusable, platform-independent interfaces. And it's like not application development, but it's a higher, like some advanced level of application development. We are not developing the application, rather we are integrating the applications. We are integrating services in SOA. Services provide access to data, some business service, and IT infrastructure in a synchronous manner. There is no, these are not the synchronous call. Synchronous means if you are means it is not related with something. It is okay. This guy is giving this response. Okay, fine. I'll take this one, and I have to get the other response from other guy, so I'll take that. Both are not dependent. These are not a synchronous call.
Right, so it did not sync with any particular format or something like that. That's what you're trying to
Means synchronous means let me rephrase this one. Let's come back to this one. These three services are there. So when a client comes, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll get the response from here, and then I'll get back. After getting the response, I'll go to this guy and get the response. It depends on my condition. I'll go there and get the response. These means calls are not synchronous call. That okay, my this bpel will depend on all three. Depending on each course, it will go and it will get the response. It will not wait for response from this system.
Okay.
Did you understand now something?
Right, yeah.
So services are SOA building blocks. Now if we talk about Oracle SOA, it needs WSDL, that's all. So the specific kind of services which are built upon a certain standard by which I can like get the WSDL, then those services are fine for me. So now it's now web service that's like built upon those standards. So that is called web service. So it is what is web service? It is provide a simple and interoperable messaging framework. Means whether it's written in .NET or something, I can send my message from here to that particular system and get the response back. It will rely on SOAP. SOAP is nothing but it is one particular format for sending a message over a network. Means it will we say we'll cover like it's one kind of request. So for sending means you can send like suppose like if I want to send some message through courier, so it needs some kind of medium, like a paper, like a page or paper or something. I can send some messages through courier. So that is a particular kind of format I am sending through a one particular provider. So that means over a network, in IT network, whatever message I want to send through WSDL or through SOA, that should be in SOAP format. So SOAP has certain things which will by which my message will travel from one system to another system. So web service description language, that language that provides a description for web service. Means services is running. If that guy is able to provide WSDL to me, I can integrate that. So what is that? The WSDL is nothing but it is a description for that particular web service.
Another so whatever application is there, they will be definitely having a WSDL, web service description language, which they can provide us to integrate with SOA, right?
Yeah, if they want us to integrate something with SOA, I need WSDL. That's all. If WSDL is not there, so I'll try what are the things I can do, and I can convert that into WSDL. If it is not possible from SOA, then I'll go back to there. Once I need WSDL, give me that.
Okay.
Universal description, discovery, and integration. That is the UDDI. So what happens like? Suppose I have, let's say this phone directory, right? Nowadays it's not there. Earlier, like phone directory was there. So what we used to maintain all the information in alphabetical order. Right. So that if you will remember the name and you will go to directly that page and search that. You don't need to scan anything. So like that we have like UDDI. We will publish the information there, and whatever information you need, like it's actually a web service publishing portal. Means I have this WSDLs, so many WSDL, and the client is like big organization and it has around 100 web services, and you are the developer, so he will If so, what you need? You need visuals. So we will ask, give me the visual. So one to one, he if he communicates, it is like a waste of time, and he has to pass the information through maybe like attachment or something. So rather than they use one portal UDDI, so they will publish all the web services information there, and they will give you the role based access. Okay, you are the
Okay.
developing this my hello world. So you should come you should consume you should consume only like greeting web service. So they will give role based access, so that they will ask you, okay, log in there and get the greeting web service detail and integrate that.
Okay. Okay.
So what happen? It will have a description of that web service. So for integration, so you will go there and discover. So that's why that is the description, discovery, and integration environment. So this is like there is a lot, like we have Oracle SOA, like that we have a lot of UDDI tools provided by my provided by Oracle as well, and also third party.
Okay.
Now SOAP versus visual. SOAP provides a standard way of transporting message for use by web services. As I said, SOAP is a one format for sending a message over a network. But which is the network? If I am consuming some request and I have integrated through my through bpel, then it is going to talk to Bistel, right? So SOAP is the it provides a standard way of transporting message for use by web services, whereas Bistel provides a standard way of describing web services. If that particular service follows that standard, then that can be called a web service.
Okay.
So what is those standard? My in my like web service description language, types, messages, port type, binding, and services. These are the 5 things it should be there. Then if these things are there, then that service can be called as a web service. So what the service does, how the service is accessed, where the service is located. Okay, so this visual thing we will cover tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, and you just I'll share this document. You can go through that, and whatever I have told you, just what I will say, you just think about that, and you can read in Google also, SOA overview. It doesn't matter whether it's Oracle SOA or any other SOA. You write, you can write SOA overview. So once you are done, you can write, you can like get information about Oracle SOA overview. So there are like when we say SOA, we are integrating the services. There are different vendors which say use my SOA. So this Oracle is one of the product to provide the integration facility. There is IBM SOA also. There is JBoss SOA also. There is one ServiceMax, Apache Camel. All these are the SOA. Mule ESB is also there. So there are a lot of components a lot of products in the market, like licensed one and also open source. So depending on my client requirement, they choose the product depending on the safety, security, license cost, and their business scenario. So Oracle is one of the product, IBM is another product, big player, and we have another like JBoss ESB, Mule ESB, Apache Camel, ServiceMax. All these are open source.
Oh, okay. So MuleSoft is also one of the biggest products, right?
MuleSoft, I'm not sure. Mule ESB is still Mule ESB people use lot of because it doesn't require product cost for product licensing, so that's why they go with Mule ESB. But in when we talk about Oracle and IBM product, these are the customized one. We don't need any Java, any means language knowledge. But if we go with JBoss, Mule, and Apache Camel, then we need good Java knowledge to integrate. All these Oracle SOA products are built upon Java. So someone has written the code. We are using the GUI and making means getting the things done. But in open source, we have to write lot of logic in Java or Spring, depending on my use case, and then we do the work.
Okay.
Okay, so we will meet tomorrow, and we'll continue and have a 1.5 hour or 2 hours session.
Sure. So, can you share? I mean, is there any document like having the installation instructions and all, so that I can install whatever is needed?
Yeah, I'll share that. I'll share that by today. I'll share it.
Okay. So,
And I'll share this PPT to Siva. He will forward it to you.
sure, and also the installation instructions, right?
Yeah, I'll share everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, just mention what to install and how to install, and if there is any document on Google which tells the steps to install it, then it would be better. Yeah.
Yes, sure. I'll tell you. Don't worry. I'll send it.
Yeah. So, okay, right.
Okay.
Thanks, Kaushal.
Thank you. So tomorrow at what time we are meeting?
8:30, right? So 8:30,
Okay.
we'll have breakfast and
Okay.
meet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Kaushal. Bye. Kaushal? హలో
హలో రంజిత్ గారు,
చెప్పండి.
సెషన్ అయిపోయిందండి.
సెషన్ ఇప్పుడే ఎండ్ చేశారు.
ఓకే.
అనేదో డాక్యుమెంట్స్ అవి ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ పంపిస్తా అన్నారు. మరి శివాకో మీకు పంపిస్తారో అవి చూసి నాకు పంపించండి.
అలాగే అండి. ఓకే, పంపిస్తామండి.
రైట్.
ఓకే అండి, బాయ్.
ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు వద్దానండి, ఇప్పుడు ఏమనేది